Hi everyone, it's Leslie Langdon with Shimmerz. We're going to be doing a neat technique today using some canvas, and I hope that you will have a great time along with me. Thanks. Well, if you're anything like me, you will appreciate getting rid of older product or stuff that you have lying around, like these, letters, and you have bits and pieces left, and you kind of don't want to throw them out, but you don't know what to do with them. I'm hoping that this will be a great way for you to use up some of your old thickers or other chipboard letters by applying them to this Punky Sprouts canvas, and it will be an album cover. I'll show you a funky way that we're going to dress up the canvas using chipboard letters and some Shimmerz spritz, and as well as some paint. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the letters that spell journey. I'm going to place them on the canvas, and I'm going to actually use my glue gun because I want to make sure that they stay on forever and ever. And then I'm going to show you what I'll do next. I've gone and found the word that I want to spell, which is journey. So I'll just go along and hot glue the pieces where I want them to lie, because I've already laid out their location. So my album is going to go horizontally. Okay, so I'll continue to do this, and then with other letters, I'm going to build it around the word journey, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'll film the final letters that I'll put on, and just kind of how I'm randomly choosing. I wanted to cover the word journey, wanted to put letters all around it. And it won't matter that they don't match, because we're going to actually paint all of them white, and then we'll find a way to pop out journey at the end. So I want to put a letter in here, so I'll probably look for something, that starts here and maybe ends a little bit below the M. So we'll see what I have at my disposal. You can just test it out, see if it looks all right. That doesn't fit. Maybe an S. See, that's too short. So you want it to be a bit longer. You want it to fill the space a little bit more. Let's see this. I have an A here. Yep, that works. It's all about, if you can tell that something doesn't look right, then it probably doesn't. Go with your gut. Okay. All right, and now I'll probably do one more letter around here. Not too big. Let's see this B, how that looks. I think that looks all right. So then I'll end there, and then what we're going to do is paint the whole entire canvas with gesso paint. So this is a gesso paint, and what it's going to do is act as our primer. It's going to make everything white. So we will probably need 2 coats of this, but you can see I'm just going to glob it on there, and I'm just going to apply it with the foam. I want to cover the whole canvas, because if you don't, it's just going to react a little differently to when we apply our Shimmerz products. So make sure you get a nice even coat, let it dry, and then we'll do it again. But you can already see the colors of the letters are disappearing. So we'll be able to have a nice blank canvas to work with, and we can basically make this album cover any color we want using our Shimmerz paints and spritz, because the spritz and the paint will sit on top of this gesso paint and will dry and look really sharp. Okay, so I'm going to keep at it. You don't need to watch me do this. I'm going to do 2 coats, and then I'll come back and we'll start working with our Shimmerz. I am back, and this is my second coat, and what I wanted to show you is just something quick that you can do to make your letters a bit more funky, and that's to give them a little texture. If you just dab with this foam or any foam that you have dab on the letters when you have a serious amount of gesso on there. We're pretty much dry here. I've already applied the 2 coats. We've got lots of texture both on the alphabets and on the canvas here as well. Just keep it layered. You know, you can kind of do a scraping with that foam tool and just get some bumps and ridges. I'll try and show it up to you closer so that you can see some of the texture that I've got on the canvas there. All right. So now it's time to look at applying our Shimmerz products. So what I did is I have my trusty little sheet here, and I pulled out colors I thought would work well together, and I named them all. And then I did a spritz of each, or whether it was a paint stroke, and I realized what colors looked good together and which ones didn't. So I ended up cutting out Green with Envy pearls and 4-leaf clover spritz because I thought they didn't quite work with the rest of the colors, or perhaps this 4-leaf clover spritz was just a bit too close to the sea monkey vibes that it wouldn't, you know, be enough difference, enough contrast to add to my canvas. So I ended up finding another paint because I want to paint my letters at the end to make them really stand out. So I'm going to end up painting my Journey letters with this Tickle Me Turquoise. Then I went ahead and ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the order in which I'm going to apply the product and the amount. So most of my canvas will be covered with eucalyptus spritz, and then I'll add some penny pincher vibes, then some sea monkey vibes, and then I'll go into the paint once all the spritz is dried. I'll be using Blue Bayou pearls and Tickle Me Turquoise. All right, let's begin. Let's start spraying. All right, so I've got my spritz and my vibes in order that I want to use them. So I'm starting here with eucalyptus, and I'm going to spray around the sides. Oh, it's such a nice color. This is one of my favorite colors. Then I'm going to use Penny Pincher vibes, and I'm going to spray the middle. Okay. Then I'm going to be using Sea Monkey. I'll try and blend that in a little bit, maybe around the edges with this blue and brown. And then I'm going to apply this licorice, so like a black. And I'm going to apply this one very sparingly because I don't know what it's going to do to the canvas. So that looks nice. Just makes the bluer come out darker. That looks very nice. Maybe I'll do it on this edge. Okay, so I'm going to stop there for now. I'm going to let this dry. And then I'll come back to it and add more color where I want. But this is going to be very, very cool. I can already tell that I'm going to love this. All right. I'll come back when it's dry. All right, so once this is completely dry, we're ready to start working with our Shimmerz paints. All right, so to make this title stand out, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and paint all the letters white again. Okay. I'm just using the gesso paint again. Just lightly applying here. Okay. Oops. Okay, this will look very cool. Now when we paint our Journey letters, they're going to really stand out now because all the letters around them will be white. Okay. Now I'm going to use Tickle Me Turquoise for my paint color for my letters. I'm going to go ahead and apply it with my pinky finger. You'll notice I didn't really wait for the for the primer, for the gesso to dry. And that's okay. There you have it. A nice album cover that says Journey, and you can fill it with whatever you like. I'm going to punch probably 2 or 3 holes on this side, and I'm going to fill it with paper and the backboard. What comes in the Punky Sprouts album is, you know, there's other boards here that you can add, and there's acrylic as well. So you have a lot of options when it comes to actually putting your album together. All right. Now, these white letters, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that they're a little too bold. So I'm going to take some of that licorice spritz, and I'm going to spray them a little bit. Maybe some penny pincher. It's all about learning, you know. You think something's going to work, and then it doesn't. And then you do it over again. So I'm going to stop there because I really, really love this look. I love that Journey's really popping out. I love that this spritz is going to dry nice and dark. I love that I had a plan and it didn't come together, and I found something else that worked better. And, you know, you just have to kind of fiddle and experiment. And, you know, I thought that having all these white letters with Journey being painted would look nice, but it didn't. So, you know, I went ahead and tried something else. So I hope that you will find inspiration in this video tutorial and try this. It's fun, and I just love how it turned out. Thanks.